I asked for 300 likes. You got there. So let's do another video. Jacksonville at Buffalo. Let's go. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Craig Ben, aka Cash Keg, back with a PrizePicks video. This time, Jacksonville and Buffalo. Again, you guys did awesome. Got those 300 likes for me for that early video. So I'm holding up my end of the bargain and getting the second video out with 3 plays that I do like in this game. We're going to jump on it. If you don't have that PrizePicks account, you want to join along, use that promo code CashKeg, play $5, get $50. It is that easy. Also, you get a free month of our Daily Edge Sports Elite subscription, which gets access to not only our picks, our slips, and the tools that we offer. Let's get after it. Let's go. All right, PrizePicks desktop is up here again. We're going to talk about this Jacksonville Buffalo game script. We're going to play just like the odds are. I think it's going to play out that way. Jacksonville's going to be hungry to try to get this win, but we're going to play it as, Buffalo gets up early and Jacksonville's going to play from behind. So first play we're going to look at here, we're going to go to James Cook. I think there's a lot of different ways you can go with James Cook. I do love the rushing and reception yards at 84.5. If you want to play that one, perfectly fine playing that one. But I've talked about it in a different video, so we're going to move on and go to a second play that I like him. And that is James Cook at the 14.5 rushing attempts. Now, if we look at the first 2 games here, 19 and 11 in his rushing attempts. It didn't really need him at Miami because they just absolutely crushed him. Only ran 45 offensive plays, which is the lowest they've run in the last 10 games, going back to last year. But since they changed offensive coordinators, I've talked about this numerous of times. Since they changed them, they've been a run-heavy team, right? Going back to, back to Dallas, on December 17th, 25, 20, 16, 13, 18, 18, 19, and then 11 against Miami. I think he sees 16 rushes at this point. If we go over to our PrizePicks tool here, kind of see what we have him at, 14.5 play rush attempts. We get him at 15.14, and the juice is on the over at -107. So you're getting you're on the right side of the play here, juice-wise, and then rushing attempts at 15. Again, if you want to look at this, we got him at 92.47 when it comes to rushing reception yards to 84. There's a little bit of value there as well. So, but we're going to go rush attempts here. But again, perfectly fine if you want to go rushing receiving yards. I like this one just as well. I think James Cook has a big game here against Jacksonville. And then bringing it back on the other side, I brought this up. This line's kind of moved around a little bit. Brenton Strange. With him, we're not going to have any Evan Ingram. So he stepped in last week, got 6 targets, caught 3 balls, and the reception yards are fine if you want to go that route. I think you're perfectly fine going fantasy score as well. But I think receptions at 3 is probably your safest play. Even if you get a push there, we hope for more than that. If you would have caught more than the 3 balls, he had 6 targets. But as you can tell, -149 a consensus value at the over 2.5, and we got it projected for just at 3, right at this. But so like I said, if you wanted to play him receiving yards, or if you wanted to play him at fantasy score, you get that 9.5 fantasy score last game without him and 65 receiving yards. So I think all 3 are in play, but we're going to throw this one up here for now. But definitely one of my favorite plays on the slate, which they should be playing from behind here. And if Buffalo gets any kind of pressure, hopefully we see some more targets for Brenton Strange. Then the last one here, old Captain Kirk. He's the alpha on this team, but he has struggled out the gate. I mean, massively struggled out the gate. If we look at his reception yards here, 30 and then -1. They've only ran 50 and 55 plays. They played Miami, and then they ended up playing Cleveland, and they just haven't had a ton. He's had 4 and 3 targets here. The one thing I do like about Christian Kirk is he's lined up in the slot quite a bit, and the Bills do give up a lot of targets out of the slot, and I think that's going to help him. And I think this is a good buy low situation out of him. This line's got pushed down a ton. It was opened up, I think, at 51.5. It's at 44.5 now, which I think is more playable in this. Not a lot of people are going to play this because they're going to consider, what he's done early on. But I still think he gets him involved here with his alpha, and he gets it for. If you want to go target wise at 6, I'm okay with that as well. I kind of like the receiving yards though. If he gets a couple big catches, he can easily clear that. So that's why I'm kind of leaning a little bit more the receiving yards than targets or fantasy score. Just playing backup, that's the big thing here is they're going to be playing backup in that situation. So those are 3 plays for you for this really the first game here with Jacksonville and Buffalo. And again, if you want to check out that other video with the Bengals, you can check that out as well. I'll link it at the end of this one with Washington and Cincinnati. But yeah, 2 Monday Night Football games. Love to see it. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel on your way out, and we'll get after it. Deuces.